breezes blow, times, more than one, when these breezes blow, really what's happening? God is ushering the next great move. The next great plan of God. There's a breeze going on right now, and what Peter was saying is, listen, when these breezes take place, we better line up so that he may release the Son to come again. And the church needs to be restored to everything. Are you ready to be used by God like never before? God wants to use you to heal the sick. Here we go. Now that's enough. We'll be here all night. Praise the Lord. I'm going to say this, but don't run out. If not, we're going to be here all night. God wants to put finances in your hands to birth His end time move. No, stay there. Oh, no, I'm wise. Oh. I'm not going to keep you long this evening. I want to give you, if you're writing notes, I want you to write this down. I want to give you, because I was studying this subject, I really believe that God is breathing again by His Spirit over His church, preparing us for the greatest move of God this world has ever seen, bringing in the great harvest of souls, which will usher in the return of Jesus. Palauing belongs to Jesus, my friend. I said Palauing belongs to Jesus. So I've been studying this subject about the breeze of God, and I found 7 manifestations that will take place in your life if you allow the breeze of God to blow over your life. And I believe over the next couple of days, if not tonight, God's going to breathe over you. And these 7 manifestations will be yours. I said these 7 manifestations will be yours in Jesus' name. To start with, cover me please to Genesis chapter 8, verse 1. Genesis chapter 8, verse 1. Manifestation 1 will take place in your life. Put it up there, please, gentlemen. You need to be quick. Okay, I'll read it from my Bible. Are you ready? Genesis chapter 8, verse 1, it said this. And God remembered Noah and every living thing, and all the cattle was with him in the ark, and God made a wind, say a wind, to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged, or was removed. Revelation number 1. When the wind of God goes, the judgment of sin is removed. Write it down. I've discovered many Christians who, although they're saved, they still feel condemned. They still carry judgment from their past lives. That should not be the case. Because when the wind of God blows, the Bible says, see, Noah, the earth was judged by God with a great flood. Say amen. Amen. Because of the sin on the earth, God judged the sin by flooding the earth. But the good news is, when the time was up, God blew over the earth, and a wind removed the judgment of sin. Revelation number 1. If you want judgment of sin removed off of your life, so you struggle no more, receive the wind of God over your life. My. You can't go to number 2 or 3. You can't go nowhere if you're feeling guilty. Say amen. You just stay on your seat and you just do your thing, but you're never going to go anywhere with God. He that comes to God must know that He is, and is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. You've got to kind of know yourself to be His children. Say amen. Just lift your hands where you are right now. Everybody, lift your hands. Father, may the breeze of your Spirit remove the judgment of sin over every person's life. In Jesus' name. And everybody said? Okay, let's move on very quickly. Number 2. Exodus, please, chapter 10. Exodus chapter 10, verse 19. Exodus chapter 10, verse 19. It's still not there. It says there, and the Lord turned a mighty strong west wind. What did the Lord do? He turned a wind. Say a wind. Which took away the locusts and cast them into the Red Sea. There remaineth not one locust in all the coast of Egypt. Listen. Number 1, when the wind blows, he removes the judgment of sin. But when the wind blows again, every locust, every demonic activity, every stronghold that you're struggling with, every problem, the wind of God will blow that thing off of your life. Man, I love that one. It removes every curse of your life. Some people have generational curses and they struggle their whole lives. They struggle with problems. And they still come to church and they don't know why. They're not being prosperous. They don't know why. Listen, it can be a curse on your life. But the good news is when the wind of God blows, it removes the locusts of your life. Let's move on very quickly, so I want to just get this done and give as much time to others here. Come with number 3. Job, please, chapter 37. Job, chapter 37, please. Job 37, verse 21. Job 37:21. What's the first thing that happens when the wind blows in your life? What's the second thing? Right, the third one. Listen carefully. The third one. Listen. And now men see not the bright lights, which is in the clouds, but the wind passeth and cleanseth them. The wind of God, thirdly, will then clean you up so you can see. Often there's revelations that God wants to impart to you, but it's so cloudy up there, you can't quite get that word from God. You can't quite get that. It's cloudy, but I've got news for you tonight. The wind of God is going to blow over your life. It's going to remove the judgment of sin. It's going to remove the curses of your life, and you will see like never before. The revelation of God will be imparted to your life. Someone say amen. Let's move on. Are you enjoying this evening? You better come tomorrow, because this is just warming up. My. Wow. So the third one is the wind of God will clean you up so you can see. So many Christians, they can't see. They can't see where God wants them to go. And they struggle in life. But the breeze that's going to hit your life over the next few days, you're going to see it like never before. Things are going to become plain for you. The clouds are going to be removed and the light's going to shine on your life. Say amen. Right, number Thank you. Come with me very quickly. Oh, you know this one. Oh, you know this one. Acts chapter 2, verse 2 to 4. Acts chapter 2. Who remembers the story in Acts chapter 2? All of a sudden, there was a rushing mighty wind, and the house was filled. For the sake of time, you all know this one. We all know that verse. Listen. Before the power comes, the wind came. Before they were filled with God and used by God, the wind blew first. God is about to prepare you for power. The wind and the breeze of God blows over your life. It prepares you to be a vessel of power for Him. How many are ready to be a vessel of power? Oh my God, my God. Every judgment is removed off your life. Every curse is removed off of your life. You begin to see new revelations from God, which will then blow over your life and prepare you for power. I believe power is going to be released in this place. I believe power from God is going to touch your life. God wants to use you. He wants to demonstrate through you. But you've got to receive the wind of God. Before they were filled with the Holy Ghost and used with power, the wind of God blew first. Say amen. What's number one? Come on, you're too slow. Sounds like you're speaking in tongues. All together. What's number one? Number two. Number three. Number four. Now listen for number five. Are you ready? Oh my God, it's exciting. It gets better. It gets better. Number five.